Hello, and welcome to another edition of Your Chamber at Work. My name is Beverly Donovan, and I am the president of the Greater Haverhill Chamber of Commerce. And my first guest today is Nicole Sammartino, the Director of Development for Career Resources Corp., and also the Greater Haverhill Chamber's chairman of the nonprofit committee. So welcome, Nicole.
Thanks.
How are you?
Nice to be here. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Getting into the giving season. I'm excited.
Yes, it is for sure.
I know.
So tell me a little bit about yourself and CRC.
I would love to. So Career Resources is one of the many nonprofits in Haverhill, but I am lucky enough to be part of a team that works with clients with different types of intellectual, physical, mental disabilities. We have day programs. We own and operate over 8 residences in the Merrimack Valley so that people can feel like they have their own home if they're not able to live with family members. We have a rec club where we like to keep all of the people that we work with very busy throughout the year. I work on their development of the company, which really means their grant writing, their fundraising, their events, creating awareness in the community. So I get to do kind of all the fun stuff, like I say. I get to go on the adventures and connect people in the community to help the different people that we work with at CRC. We also recently, since 2012, started working with veterans with disabilities because a big component of what we do is we help clients find jobs out in the local community. So we work with veterans, we work with some people from Mass Rehab Commission, as well as the clients that come to our day program. So it's really kind of an overall, depending on the day, busy environment, yeah, but it's really a wonderful place, and the people that we work with are really great people. So.
You always amaze me, and I know for those who don't know, we call Nicole Wonder Woman in our office.
True.
She just won an award, actually, from the YWCA's Tribute for Women, so
Yeah.
very excited for you for that.
Thank you.
And Nicole, also as the chairman of our nonprofit committee, is very busy, and right now she's working on a campaign called Giving Tuesday. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Giving Tuesday is actually a national movement. It was started back in 2012, and it really is kind of extending the holiday season. So we have Thanksgiving on Thursday, and then the well-known Black Friday shopping. Recently, I would say in the last decade or so, they added Cyber Monday. And then in 2012, the nonprofits of the world decided, hey, we want our own day too. And so a couple nonprofits, I believe out of Chicago, started Giving Tuesday. And it's really more of a social movement. It's all done through social media and the collaboration of everything. Same thing with the Shop Local Saturday as well as in there. So you can have a whole weekend of shopping and giving back. It's always the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. So this year it's a little bit earlier. But in Haverhill, we decided there's so many nonprofits and there's so many different organizations in the community. With the nonprofit committee, we decided how can we kind of work together and just really create awareness about not just giving a monetary donation, but volunteering that day or getting in touch with the local nonprofit that you support and finding out what they're doing for the holiday season and how you can be a part of that.
Great. And so how is the Haverhill Chamber participating?
So the Haverhill Chamber does a few things, led by the nonprofit committee. We are having an event where a lot of the nonprofits are going to be there and just kind of network with other members of the community. We also have donation boxes at the Chamber's Christmas stroll that different businesses adopt so that you can give donations, and the Chamber gives them out to different local nonprofits. So there's a few different ways that you can do it through the Chamber as well as other different local organizations.
Okay. And I noticed on the flyers there's also a Giving Tuesday branding, just kind of creating that awareness for people that just sort of getting them in the mindset every year that every year you do your holiday shopping. It's nice to think of those nonprofits, especially going toward the end of the calendar year.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of nonprofits do what they call annual appeal or annual giving. And so a lot of our local nonprofits will kind of kick it off on that Giving Tuesday because it's right before Christmas, and it's always been Black Friday is the
that's the big
anybody who goes shopping before Black Friday, I feel like should get a gold star because to me that's the beginning of kind of your Christmas shopping or your holiday shopping season. So Giving Tuesday is nice because it also reminds people that's what the season is about. It's about giving and coming together and helping those in your community that may not have as much as you.
Right. Any specific plans for CRC with Giving Tuesday?
CRC actually is going to do a few things. We're kind of kicking off the whole month of giving because we have a community service group that we started about a year ago. And so we are going to be doing wreath decorating with the YMCA because we really like being collaborative with other people in the community. So we'll be decorating some wreaths with our rec club and some of our community service team members. The YMCA gives them to families in the area. We also do blanket making, which we donate to Emmaus Shelter. We donate to the YWCA. We donate to some hospice areas around the area as well. And what else do we do? A whole bunch of different things.
Lots of things.
We do a food drive. We have a food drive there, and we give it to the Emmaus Shelter. Last year, we were able to raise some money as well, so we bought 4 turkeys.
Wow,
so we donated the turkeys to Emmaus House, so families that are living there were able to have their own Thanksgiving, which is wonderful. So we kick it off that week, and then we kind of go all the way through the end of December.
Great. Well, thank you for coming and sharing some of those things with us. And one last thing, if you would.
Yeah.
If somebody wanted to get in touch with you, either for CRC or for maybe getting involved with the nonprofit group, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
So they can either call me at Career Resources, they can email me. Career Resources has a Facebook page as well. So the main number to CRC is 978-374-9122. We also have a website, which is crc-mass.org. And my contact information is on there as well. Or the chamber website is haverhillchamber.com, and they can find, I'm sure, information about me on there as well. And then also, if you want more information about Giving Tuesday, they have a national website, or you can contact your local nonprofits and just ask, what are you doing? How can I participate? A lot of them have different kind of campaigns going on with different ways to get involved.
Sure. All right. Well, thank you for coming today.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And we'll be right back with Attorney Tom Sullivan from the law offices of Attorney Thomas Sullivan. And we're back with Tom Sullivan, Attorney Tom Sullivan, the law offices of Attorney Thomas Sullivan. It's a mouthful. Attorney Sullivan, aside from his law practice, is also a Haverhill City Councilor, as well as a volunteer and board member for several organizations and groups around the city. So thank you for taking time out of your busy day to be here today. What do you do for fun when you're not working? Being a counselor, member of the VFW Santa Parade, Winnie Kinney Foundation, board of directors of CRC, so on. What do you do for fun?
My real job.
Your real job.
My real job is I'm a lawyer. I'm an attorney, and my office specializes in residential real estate transactions in Mass and New Hampshire. We are basically a full-time residential and commercial real estate law firm. That's what we do every day. And it's a very interesting time in real estate right now.
It's very busy.
Very busy, but also new rules took effect in October of 2015. New rules that are now changing the way lending takes place. So we have been diligently staying on top of the new rules and implementing the new rules through our processes and our procedures in real estate. Real estate has changed a lot, and my office's goal is always to stay ahead of the curve so that everybody who comes to us for a real estate closing need has a pleasant experience. And we specialize in smooth closings, and we care a lot about our clients, and we care about our lenders as well, and our agents.
Right, right. Well, I see a lot of people coming in and out, so
Yeah, we're very busy.
you are very busy.
We're one of the busiest probably residential law firms in Haverhill, if not the area.
Excellent. What are you seeing out there in terms of the market? Do you have any insight?
Well, I can tell you that the rates are still great. People are securing 30-year loans for under 4% or 4.25%, depending on various factors. 15-year mortgages right now are in the 3s, 3.5, 3.625. And if you're lucky enough to be able to do a 10-year loan, you probably pay no more than 2.75 fixed rates right now. So the rates are great.
Yes, absolutely.
In the Haverhill area itself, there's basically not enough housing stock. So there's not enough sellers out there. And the buyers are once again engaging in bidding wars for certain properties here in the greater Haverhill area. Someone will put their house on the market for $325,000, and sure enough, they'll probably end up getting $335,000 or $340,000 because people are outbidding
Yeah.
each other for the small amount of inventory that is out there.
Great news if you're on the move, on the selling end.
If you're on the selling
Yeah,
end, yes,
yeah.
and also property taxes. Haverhill has a very favorable and fair property tax rate for residences in comparison to some of the other cities and towns, particularly in the greater Boston area. Haverhill is a value, and you can buy a lot of house in Haverhill
Yeah.
at reasonable taxes, and we are starting to see an influx of people from the greater Boston area and further than there, but particularly the greater Boston communities. They're coming north. They're finding that a $500,000 home here is $1 million home in Cambridge or
Sure.
Lexington, and the schools, the school system's doing well. We have great parks and recreational facilities, and that's one of my favorite things to talk about and to work and advocate and volunteer for. And we have a great public safety community and department. We have a great community in Haverhill, which is why I'm involved
Yeah.
in so many of those
Yeah.
those groups. It really sets Haverhill apart to have so many activities and events that go on throughout the year, including the VFW Santa Parade that you mentioned.
Yep, and we'll be talking some more about that too.
Okay.
Before we let you go. And you're right, absolutely right. There's so many great things about the city, so much to do, so much happening, a lot of history, but also a lot of new things, new history being made. So it's a very exciting time for people moving here. And I know the whole process is stressful. I was a realtor myself and lived through many a good and bad closing. What's the process like for people today with all the new rules?
Well, we are operating under a whole new set of rules. The acronym for that is TRID. TRID stands for TILA, RESPA, Integrated Disclosures, and it's a rule, TRID rule. And basically what that means in common language is we are trying to help consumers and borrowers understand what they're getting themselves into before they take on the debt. It's the know before you owe strategy. So as such, all the forms, a lot of the forms have been simplified. They say simplified. There's debate whether they really simplified those forms or not. But more easily readable and understandable documents during the entire loan process for the consumers to really know exactly what they're getting themselves into before they sign the papers. I think probably one of the biggest changes in TRID rules is that we no longer have settlement statements. Settlement statements were the documents that contained all the final figures. The settlement statement has been replaced by what they now call a closing disclosure. The closing disclosure document is now 6 pages. The settlement statement was 2 pages because there's a lot more to the closing disclosure that explains exactly what you are doing when you are either making a purchase or you're refinancing your home. The closing disclosure also has taken into the document itself what used to be a separate document known as the Truth in Lending Disclosure Statement. There's no more TIL as part of your closing documents. The TIL, Truth in Lending Information, is actually a separate page in the closing disclosure so that the TIL tells you what you will pay in total over the life of the loan. If you keep it for 30 or 15, it tells you exactly how much you're paying back, how much of that is principal, how much of that is interest, how much of a percentage of that is interest. And it's fascinating to see those numbers. Those are the numbers that nobody ever really wants to see because you can't envision that you're really going to pay $800,000 or $900,000 over the life of your 30-year home if you made a purchase for $400,000 or a $500,000 home.
Right.
But it's all part of better disclosing what you are signing so that you understand what you're signing at a closing.
Yep. Well, I mean, it makes sense.
It does.
People really do need to have all the information. And they can see all those documents, blank forms of them up front.
And I have to tell you, there was a lot of fear, a lot of
Yeah.
trepidation as to how we were going to all, as attorneys, as lenders, as real estate agents, how were we all going to be able to comply with
Yeah.
this new rule and the unknowns of the rule. But I have to say, in our experience, it has rolled out very smoothly. There's something very nice about the fact that the buyers or the refinancers, the borrowers, that they know before they get to the closing exactly what they're going to be looking at in terms of what the numbers are on their closing disclosure. There's no more surprises.
Yeah.
There's no more sticker shock. All the tricks have been taken out of the game. I worked for a firm back in the early 2000s. We did 40 to 50 closings every single day. People were refinancing themselves out of their homes by sucking the equity or the life right out of their homes. They would participate in programs that made it very easy to do that by having no points, no closing costs. I was around for the bad years, and I represented a firm that represented lenders. So when we would represent lenders, we would simply explain the documents. We were not to editorialize and give our own personal opinions. But anyway, having said that, after TRID, all the tricks have been taken out of the game. There are no more surprises or shocks at closing. And it's a good thing. It's actually a really good thing. And our office prides itself on making sure that the consumers are very much aware and comfortable with the process, with us, and with the documents that are before them.
Excellent. Well, that's good news.
Yeah, it's all good.
And more good news before we go, because I know it's time. Quickly, date of the Santa Parade, and where does it kick off, and where does it go?
The Santa Parade is always held the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and for people who don't know, my dad and a group of veterans did start that parade back in 1964. He passed away in '85. I became a member of the committee and would chair that committee for 15 years until 2001. And then we've had a succession of chair people. Right now, Dan Plourde is the chairman, and his brother Roland Plourde was the prior chairman, and then Joan Cranton, who's well known in Haverhill, was the chairperson before Roland. It's always held the Sunday before Thanksgiving. It's a tradition, a beloved tradition in the city of Haverhill. It will be November 20th, and hopefully this broadcast will be airing right around the same time. And we welcome everyone to come to the parade, and anyone who's ever been to the parade knows that it's probably one of the best parades in the state of Massachusetts.
Yep, and we are looking forward to being there again with our trolley.
Yeah, we
So I'll
love
wave
having
to
you.
as we go by.
Whittier Tech's coming back with another
Excellent.
banner float, I'm sure. And great marching bands coming this year, and our special guests are Wally and Tessie, the mascots from the Boston Red Sox. They'll be riding in some old T-birds.
Oh,
in fact.
that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Attorney Sullivan, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
And I will see you across the hall later this afternoon, I'm sure, but I'll look forward to the parade and all the other great things that you're doing, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
And we're back with our last guest of the day. We have with us today Melissa Seavey from the Greater Haverhill Chamber of Commerce. Melissa is our events coordinator at the Chamber. Melissa, there's so many great things happening for the holiday season, and I know you're very excited about the Christmas stroll. That's your baby. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the Christmas stroll is in its 24th year, which we're excited to have such longevity. We're going to be bringing back some of the family favorites, like Santa's Workshop at Pentucket Bank, and there'll also be stories with Mrs. Claus there. And then we're excited to have some new items. Haverhill Bank will be sponsoring the Haverhill Bank Express train. And that will be leaving from the station at Haverhill Bank. But we have some new additions, like Curious Creatures is going to be coming back, or coming to the stroll. They'll be located down at Phoenix Row. Of course, there'll be lots of family fun. We're going to have activities and entertainment strewn throughout the downtown. So there'll be cookie decorating at the Inside View, and there'll be balloon artwork at TD Bank. So it'll just be a whole family fun day.
Excellent. And what time can people come down, and where should they meet?
So the event kicks off at 2. We're going to start it up again with our holiday hat parade, and we ask that families come and meet us on Essex Street, and we'll kick it off with the Salvation Brass Band, and the mayor will be there to help lead us. The parade is going to go up Wingate Street, around Columbus Park, and straight down Washington to the main stage, where we'll have our opening ceremonies for the event.
Excellent. So you mentioned the Salvation Army Brass Band, which is a new addition this year. What are some of the other new things that are being incorporated?
Well, I'm excited that we are going to have everybody's favorite snowman is going to be on site for photo ops, as well as Mary Poppins is going to be at the Haverhill Family Eye Care, and she's going to be there with a little bit of magic and some zany antics, and we'll be there to delight the kids.
Excellent. Well, Christmas Stroll is always a great day for families to come down and check out some of the little shops that are downtown, and certainly there's plenty of restaurants to choose from, and then we'll have vendors in the street, I know. If a business would like to participate, what are the ways that they can do that?
Well, if they just want to contact the chamber, if it's a business downtown, it's free to participate. We encourage as many of our local businesses to participate as possible. There's all sorts of different ways to participate too. We have a window decorating contest that's run through Creative Haverhill, and we are strongly encouraging all the downtown businesses to decorate their windows and help make the downtown look as festive as possible. We're also going to be doing a red ticket raffle, so businesses that would like to participate, for every $5 that's spent at their shop, they can give a raffle ticket that will be one large raffle item at the end of the event to raffle off. So
lots of good things.
Yes.
Lots of good things. Do viewers need to know anything else about this event? Is there a website that they can go to?
Yes, at www.haverhillchamber.com. We also have a Facebook page as well that will list some of the exciting activities that will be included. And actually, back to timing, one of the most important things is that at 5:30, we're going to start our tree lighting ceremony. So Santa will be on hand there with the mayor, and we're excited to have the Haverhill Bell back this year, the HC Media Bell. And we're going to be lighting up the bell at the same time that we're lighting up the tree. We've been very fortunate that Whittier Tech is making a fabulous tree lighting, bell lighting lever for us. So, and leading up to the tree lighting, we're going to have a lot of great entertainment on the stage. Thomasina Glenn is going to be there, the Be Imagine bands, Mama D. We will also have a soprano singing opera. It'll just be a really fun afternoon. And one new addition to the event is our Candy Cane Limbo contest that will be sponsored by Serve Pro. So we'll have 2 age groups because limbo contests are always fun.
Oh yeah, fun to watch for sure.
Fun to watch. It's a great.
Maybe not participate.
So we will have some prizes provided by Serve Pro for that.
Excellent. Well, there's so much going on, and I know we get this question every year. Is it all weather, rain, snow, whatever happens?
It is. There is no rain date, so we just go forward regardless of the rain. We have been very fortunate. Last year we had fabulous weather. The year before, it rained. The year before that, it was freezing cold. But I find that the Haverhill residents, it's a family tradition, and people come out whether the weather is good or bad.
Right.
So we are also excited to have the Haverhill Public Library, or the Friends of the Library, back for the All Things Haverhill shop that will be hosted at Casablanca. And we'll also have some other opportunities, career resources, which Nicole, that was just here, some of her clients will be highlighting their photography and selling that downtown. So hopefully we'll have lots of opportunities for families to pick up Christmas gifts as well.
Yep, great. Well, I mean, there's certainly something for everyone. So please, if you are at home, make sure you mark down the date. It is Saturday, December 3rd, and we look forward to seeing you down there. That wraps us up for today. My name is Beverly Donovan, Greater Haverhill Chamber of Commerce. If you would like more information on the Chamber or any of our activities or programs, you can give us a call there at 978-373-5663, or you can email us at info@haverhillchamber.com, or check out our website, which is www.haverhillchamber.com. Thank you.